So in the eighth exercise, well, Python allows negative integers to be used as indices into a sequence, such as a string. And if a string s has length n, and expression sk is used for index k, which is between minus n and 0, which means it's a negative number, we need to find the equivalent index j, which is a positive index, such that sj references the same element as sk. Okay, so let's try to do that on an interactive shell. I'm going to run Python 3 here. So let's say we have s, which is a string abcd. Well, let's add some more letters. And let's say we have k, which is equal to -2. And if we try to access sk, we get e, because we start counting backwards. -1 is f and -2 is e. Now, we need to figure out a way how we can, how we can find the positive index. So, but first let's calculate the length of the string n, which is going to be n of s, and n is 6. So if k is -2, we can actually try to infer it by just counting. In this case, it's the easiest way. We see that e is the fifth letter in the string, which means index 4, because we start counting from 0. So in this case, j is equal to 4. So we can say that sj is equal to e. So we can derive a pattern from this one, which is that in this case, j is equal to n plus k. You see, j is 4. So we can actually answer the question in the exercise and say that j needs to be equal to n plus k. Okay, so I'll put that also on the GitHub repository. So that was the answer to the 8th question. We figured out a way to calculate j using n and k. And the next exercise, first let me stop this. Okay, and I'm going to comment this one. In the next exercise, we need to find what parameters should be sent to the range constructor to produce a range with values 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so for that I'm going to use the interactive shell. And this is actually pretty easy to use the range function. Well, actually, to print the sequence, we need to convert that range into a list. So that's why I'm going to do a list, and inside the list function, I'm going to call range. And first, I'm going to give the value where we're going to start, 50, and then I need to give the other boundary, but it needs to be a number bigger than 80, because if we put 80, then it will not go to 80, because 80 is not the second number is never included in the range. So I just have to go larger than 80, so I'm just going to put 81, and we can see that the numbers are just increased by 10. So I'm going to give a third argument, which is going to be 10, the step. And let's see. Yes, and this gives the thing we actually want. So I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to put it inside a print. Perfect. And the next exercise, again, using the range constructor, we need to produce another range of values, but in this case, we're going backwards. We are Yeah, starting from 8, 6, 4, 2. Again, we can do this pretty easily. List range. I'm going to start from 8. I'm going to put as the second argument a number smaller than -8, so -9. And as a step, I'm going to put -2, because we see we always decrease by 2. And that's what we need in this case. Let's put it here. Okay, so that was exercise number 10. And for number 11, we need to use the list comprehension to produce this list. You can see that all of the numbers in the list are powers of 2. I think up to up to 2 to the power of 8. So I'm going to use the list comprehension for that. It's going to be something like this. 2 to the power of x for x in range 9. Okay, let's close it, and that's it. We can actually put it here. Okay, so those are the 3 exercises we're going to solve in this video. I'm going to catch you in the next one.